Hi guys. So actually today I'm just quickly doing a birthday cake for my daughter Isha. Thing is, actually it was a quick idea, so I thought let me just film what I'm trying to make over here. I'm making basically a brownie cake, so just to share my version. So over here actually I skipped one step. So it was just basically some eggs. I placed 3 eggs, room temperature eggs, and with some half a cup of brown sugar. Basically it's more tasty and the texture is more softer for the brownie, and preferable it's brown sugar. You can do light brown, dark brown, whatever you like. So you just give that a whisk with a little bit of vanilla essence, and I'll just walk you through those steps. So we have some chocolate, as you can see over here, some chocolate melted, which is just dark chocolate cut into grated into some parts, and then I just add 1.5 tablespoons of butter, and then just microwave that or do a double boiler method, whichever you prefer, and make it just in a smooth kind of consistency, which we're going to add into the brownie. That's basically, this is not for decoration or anything, just going into the batter. And we have just few ingredients. So it's more of eggs and more of cocoa powder rather than all the flour. The brownie batter doesn't have much to just make the difference between brownie and a cake. Basically it's what you can say, it's the cake is more flour and less, maybe you can just do one or 2 eggs, whereas brownie batter is more of the eggs working around with a little more of cocoa flour if it's chocolate brownie, and less content of the flour. So that's what I'm trying to say. If anybody wants to know the difference between a brownie and a cake, and it's more chewier. Brownies are supposed to be less baking time. That's another fact. And yeah, that's about it. So when I'll just go on with the process, and then you'll be able to understand. Yeah. So we have this nicely whisked in the eggs, the brown sugar, the vanilla essence. To this, we're going to add the melted chocolate, and around quarter cup, or you can say 1/3 cup, you can see, of melted butter along with the chocolate. A rubber spatula. It's a great tool to have in your kitchen, guys. If you don't have one, please go and get one, I'll suggest. And just whisk those together. And I'm gonna use some store-bought cake flour. You can just go a regular all-purpose flour. So I'm just going to use, you can see, around a little less than a half cup. I'm just going to dump that all into that. Right. And again, I'm going to use half a cup of cocoa powder. This is you can see the Hershey's brand. I love the flavor of Hershey's brand. You get some time in your hand, you have some spare time. You can definitely see through all this powder content, the dry mixture, which will give it a more, a better texture, or you can say better to work with. So I'm just going to sieve this cocoa flour at least. Mix. I hope all my friends out there are doing a great. Here in Canada, it's right now spring, and we have Holy Week this week. And that's about a brownie batter. And to this, just to add some more flavor, chocolate chips, maybe quarter to half a cup. Just depends on how much you want. So this brownie batter is like a triple chocolate. It's like cocoa powder, dark chocolate. You can add milk chocolate, and if you want, you can have white chocolate. Some people prefer that. It depends on all your choice, what you would like to add, what you would like to take off. So my kids love chocolate, so basically we'll do anything for chocolate over here. About 3/4 cup of the all-purpose flour, because it should become like a sticky batter. instant coffee powder. I like that kind of pungent coffee flavor in chocolate, and you all must be knowing, or at least let me tell you, chocolate and coffee goes along really super good together. So please try that out. And let's give that all a mix, making sure again not to overbeat that mixture. And as you can see, I've preheated my oven at behind me to around 360 or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or roughly 180 degrees Celsius in the convection oven. So you can see how it's becoming like, you know, a little kind of thick, which what perfectly we need. We don't need a loose consistency. We don't need a too thick one. We just need kind of see, just flow over the, as I drop it down, it's just like halfway, not smoothly running off. So that's what we want. Until this just was ring up. So as I said, we have some circuit triple chocolate and a little bit nut brownie which I'm making. You can totally play around with the ingredients. You can just skip the nuts. You don't need white chocolate, you don't need to do it. You can just do plain brownie. So up to you. So yeah, I have 3 of them. I'm going to layer that in between the brownie batter. So yeah, if you want, you can. This is a kind, brownie doesn't usually need to have a brown baking powder in it, as a cake tends to have it. But I just added a half teaspoon of baking powder, so a little puff might come over there. And just to make this a little bit more smooth, I'm going to add maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of hot milk. So just let me go in. So I'm just adding maybe 1 and 1.5 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons of milk. Just warmed it up, just to make it more running consistency. And pour that. Over, leading around. So I'm going to layer this with the nuts and chocolate, making sure it comes all over the place. So I'm adding a tablespoon to 1 tablespoons of Dulce Leche. This is nothing but caramelized, or you can say brown version of condensed milk. Maybe I can show you how to make Dulce Leche one time in another recipe. So right now I just melted some of it. I'm adding a dash of hot milk to make it more runny and smoothie. Totally optional. You can play around with the ingredients. As I said, this is a birthday brownie. My daughter likes all this kind of elements or components in a cake. So just adding it. You can even add it with just caramel. You can add a little bit of peanut butter if you like peanuts and spreads. So yeah, just every layer is just a good kind of yumminess. So as you can see, I'm just adding 1 layer of Dulce Leche. There we're going to just work nicely so that it covers all the area of the remaining brownie we had left. Just making sure we have every part covered. I'm going to smoothen it up right now, so no need to worry. Gently with a spatula or a spoon, you can gently cover that. Little bit of that remaining brownie or caramel or nuts peeking through is totally fine, guys. This is part of the game, so no need to worry. We're going to anyway cover this like that. Okay, but nuts. Let's pour that on. Dark chocolate, white chocolate. My daughter's favorite is white chocolate. She loves anything with white chocolate. Today morning also, I made her some French toast and just had some grated white chocolate on top, and she was just screaming over her it saying it's my favorite chocolate. So yeah, basically just thought let me grab some chocolate and put it on top of our cake too. Brownie cake, so decorative, or you can say take it another level. I'm going to add some Oreo confetti once on top, just like, you know, when you pop into one brownie layer, you're going to have this sitting over there. And this, my dear friends, is going to go into the oven of 350 or 360, as I said, for a couple of 25 to 30 minutes. We have the finished brownie. As you can see, it took around 25 to 27 minutes. That's it, in 350 degrees Celsius. It's just usually brownies are had to be undercooked than the normal cake timing. So you can just insert a toothpick, and if it comes out a little bit sticky, that means it's done. And so as you can see, this is some extra things I'm going to add, which I'll show you later on. It's some you can see Berry Crockers. It's just no promotion, guys. It's just one of the frostings, ready-made frostings. I'm going to take pieces of French vanilla, and we have some white chocolate with some cream I just melted, and I'm going to keep that in the fridge to make it some ganache. We will be whipping that, and this is just basic Dulce, Leche or caramel, whatever you get in hands, just for a drizzle. Hey friends, so this is the finished product. Sorry could I not show you the frosting or the decoration part. It's just whatever ingredients I showed you. I just frosted with the white chocolate and the French vanilla frosting, added a little bit of blue color icing, topped with some strawberries and Resees peanut butter cups, and drizzle of the caramel Dulce, let's say, and wrote happy birthday in a very vague with a little bit of pink icing, 14th happy birthday, and which we're going to cut in a private family function.